Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Peter Fury down in London. We're here once again, ready for Savannah Marshall versus Claressa Shields. How are you feeling? Ready for Saturday night?
Yeah, it's not me you want to ask how I'm feeling, it's Savannah. I'm not doing the fighting, but yeah, she's good. Everybody's good.
It's a question you're going to be asked a lot today, I'm sure, but how have the 5 weeks in between affected preparations? Have you been able to use them positively?
Very positively. It's been no effect to us. Savannah's feeling super strong, super confident, and she's ready.
I spoke to her not so long ago, and she says she feels even better now than she did those 5 weeks. Is that a dangerous thing for Claressa Shields going into this fight?
I think it's all dangerous. It's absolutely falling spot perfect for us. You know, I'm happy with everything. You know, she was ready last time, 100% ready. But obviously she's coming off the back of a 3-month camp and a 3-week climb down. She said, you know, I was fit, I was ready, but she even feels now even more stronger. You know, she's feeling the absolute benefit of it because we've stepped the training down, and yeah, she's just been ticking over. She's on weight. Yeah, we're ready.
We've seen some fantastic performances from Savannah over the last 2-3 years, even longer, but you feel like this is going to be her biggest performance. She feels like she's in the best shape to put in a good performance on Saturday night.
Listen, you need two to tango, and I believe Claressa will bring out the best of Savannah because she has to do, because Claressa's on a very good level. These two leave the others in the division by a mile. It's like having domestic fighters against world level. That's why it's so amazing, this fight. I think that's why it's captured the imagination, it's captured mine, and I'm involved in boxing. So, you know, even as a fan base, I'm really looking forward to this fight. Even, you know, in the corner, you know, I'll be watching everything, but, you know, I'm very calm anyway. We've done the hard work, and the case of now in the corner just be given basic instructions because we've covered every angle anyway. So there's a time for me to just sit back and enjoy it.
Is it up to you now to sort of reflect your calmness and your attitude on Savannah so she goes into fight night in the best possible frame of mind?
Absolutely. You know, worst thing you can do is get overexcited, you know, and just see it for what it is. It's a fight at the end of it, and the best will come out on top victorious, and that's it. No pressure. Put pressure on yourself. Then you've worked all your life to get here. Don't let pressure hinder your performance. So it's a case, look, you've got to train the mind mentally as well as physically. You know, some fighters are very clever, they're astute, and they realise that, and then they train their own mind in their own way. They may walk up and down the dressing room, they may have a bit of a dance, they may do this. That ain't doing it. You know, that's doing it to get their mojo. It's getting them into it. It's a psychological process. You know, look, good fighters have that. You know, you've got to have that. You can't just go in there thinking, oh, I should be okay. You've got to pre-think, you've got to pre-plan, you've got to see that fight, visualise it, go through that fight, go through what's happening when it goes wrong. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Be sure you put your right foot forward and be sure of what you're going to do.
I've spoken to a few fighters and we've heard lots of them say how big this opportunity is. 5-10 years ago, this sort of thing wouldn't have been possible. Would you echo that sentiment? Really, how big is this Saturday night?
I think it's as big as it gets. For women's boxing, I think it's just lifted off like a rocket. And, you know, what a fabulous undercard we've got. Don't forget, we've got April Hunter, she's my fighter, she's fighting as well. We've got Boone Gardner, that fight. You know, incredible. You know, that fight's a fight I'm going to see. I've made sure he put a TV in the dressing room because I don't want to miss it. So, yeah, I'm excited for it all. You know, that's what you're here for. Enjoy it.
I've got to ask you about Hughie Fury, obviously postponed once again for the second time. First of all, how is Hughie? Is he well?
He's all right. He's lethargic, obviously, and he's in a recovering process, just taking a rest out, and he's taking time out from boxing. So he's been in it a long time. He had a lot of fights promised, they fell through. He's been back-to-back training, and he's had illnesses as well. He's ended up with his COVID, he ended up with an abscess, you know, so it just one thing's gone into another, and best just to take time out and let his body recover, to get away from the gym, get away from boxing.
It's a case of just hitting the reset button on him, just giving him a few months to get back in the right frame of mind, and then we'll go again.
He's not learning, he's done all of his learning, you know, he's had 29 fights. I've got nothing to say on the matter, only he will 100% be back. There's nothing physically wrong with him, he's not ailing anything, he's just tired. And they're saying it's because he's had all the checks and there's zero wrong with him. They said it's got to be the long COVID, so he's in Harley Street tomorrow, he's having some checkups there, and he's getting treatment for it. And listen, he'll be back. He's already starting to feel better. Now he's been at the gym. He's put like 11 or 12 pound on, so he ain't doing too bad, is he? So he'll be back. He'll be back next year for sure.
I've got to ask you about the Conor Benn news from last week, the adverse finding, and the event being cancelled. Where were you when you found out, and what was your reaction?
Well, it's not good for boxing. It's very, very sad what's happened there. It's sad for the two fighters, especially, and I'm saying the two fighters because I'm not going to criticise. I'm not blaming anybody until I know the facts. So it's a bad situation for all of them, everybody involved. But, I can't criticise until I know the facts. I'm not listening to social media and what gets printed in the papers. So I've been there time and time myself over the years, and I'd rather just wait and believe in what the facts are, and then I'll make judgment. Yeah, if he's done it, ban him. He deserves the full force of the law on it because it's wrong. It's cheating, and it's affecting the other fighter, and it is unfair. What I will say, if there has been that going on, when you look at Eubank, he looked drained. He had a clause in there where he couldn't hydrate properly, and if somebody's doing that and they've got bull strength, life's in danger there. So it is a serious matter. This it's not a joke. It's not just somebody doping up, because this is somebody that's really drained weight to get to the weight, and then you've got somebody like that who can rip you in half. Because on these drugs, so I'm told, you become a machine. So it's cheating, isn't it? But that said, I'm not levelling that cheating on Ben. I don't know. We'll wait to see. And if he's done it, he needs to get his ban, hold his hands up, and then he can come again. All young men make mistakes. You've made mistakes. But when you're in the limelight, your mistakes become all the world to see. Yeah? So he's young, isn't he? If some mistakes has been made, let's find out. More importantly, let's find out who's been around him and doing all that shit with him. So let's see. But there's a lot of water to go under the bridge yet. Let's see what the results are before we condemn people. That's all I'm saying. And I don't care. Listen, I might be the odd one out, and you can think what you like, whether you think I'm condoning it, whatever you think. I don't care what you fucking think. I'm giving every young man the benefit of the doubt, like everybody should. Tabloids and newspaper to sell bad stories. They ain't going to sell when you've had good news or you've won the lottery, are they? So remember that before you start slandering up and down. Hear the facts first. Give the young man a chance.
Perfect. Well, really appreciate your time, Peter. Much appreciated.
You're welcome. Cheers.